So, what if education was less about just getting a degree and more about, well, designing your entire life? Today, we're digging into the pretty unique philosophy of SNS institutions. They see education as a bridge, a direct connection between what you learn and the purpose you're really meant to fulfill in the world. It's a huge question, right? What is education really for? Are we just here to cram information for a test? Or should it be something bigger, a tool to help us navigate the real world and figure out who we're meant to be? This is the very question that sits at the heart of everything SNS institutions does. And this is where you can really see the difference. On one side, you've got the traditional model we all know, fixed curriculum, lectures, everything happens in the classroom. But on the other side, you have the SNS life design model. Even the words are different, right? Personalized pathways, applied problem solving, real world integration. It's a total shift you see. You go from being a passive listener to an active designer of your own future. So this brings us to their big idea, their central metaphor, the bridge to life design. It's such a powerful way to think about it. Education isn't some isolated island. No, it's the very thing that connects a student's knowledge directly to their purpose in life. And this quote just captures their philosophy perfectly. Education is the bridge connecting knowledge to purpose, learning to life, and people to infinite possibilities. But that last line, that's the real mission statement, isn't it? At SNS, we build bridges that transform dreams into destinations. It's all about making sure what happens on campus has a real, meaningful impact for years to come. Okay, so how do they actually build these bridges? I mean, it's a great idea, but what's the plan? Well, it's not just a nice thought, it's a whole structured blueprint. Let's take a look at it. It's got a solid foundation and a really clear roadmap that guides every single student. The whole thing is built on this foundation they call the 3P culture. And what's really key here is how these three things, people, process, and performance, are totally interconnected. They're not separate ideas, they are the living, breathing heart of the entire SNS ecosystem. So let's break that down real quick. People, that's the core, of course, students, faculty, the whole community. Process is their human-centered approach that mixes serious academic rigor with genuine creativity. And performance, get this, it's not just about grades. It's about your holistic growth, your confidence, your problem-solving skills, and the actual impact you can make out there. Okay, so you have that 3P foundation, right? Well, built right on top of that is the roadmap, the 5 pillars. These are the big strategic directions. You've got innovative teaching and learning, of course. Then there's research and innovation, pushing boundaries. Industry Connect, which creates those real-world pathways. Super important skill development. And grounding it all, social responsibility. Every single pillar is a critical support for that bridge to the future. All right, so one of the most important parts of this whole process is how they teach students to think. It's not just about what you learn, but about a specific method for tackling problems. And that creative engine, it's called design thinking. This 5-step process is basically their innovation toolkit. First, you empathize. You really try to understand what people need. Then, you define the specific problem you're trying to solve. From there, you ideate. You just brainstorm all kinds of creative solutions. Next, you build a prototype, a simple model to test your idea. And finally, you test it, get feedback, and make it better. It's a super practical way to tackle pretty much any challenge. Okay, so we've seen the philosophy, we've seen the process, but the big question is, does it actually work? Let's look at the impact. We're talking both the hard numbers and the personal stories from the students themselves. First, the numbers. And these are big. This isn't some small experiment. We're talking about a thriving community of over 15,000 active students. And they are seriously connected to the real world with a network of more than 500 industry partners. And does that connection pay off? You bet. An incredible 92% placement success rate for their graduates. All of this is fueled by a serious commitment to innovation. Students and faculty are launching over 200 research projects every single year. But, numbers only tell you so much. Listen to what the students are actually saying. One said that SNS didn't just teach them engineering. It taught them how to think like an innovator. That goes right back to that design thinking process we just talked about. It's not just a lesson, it becomes a life skill. And here's another student's experience that just nails the value of those 5 pillars. They mentioned how the Industry Connect pillar gave them crucial real-world experience. And this next line, wow, it just says everything, doesn't it? I wasn't just job ready, I was future ready.
That just perfectly captures the goal of this entire model.
And this last quote, it really brings us full circle, right back to the people part of their 3P culture. Education became personal. That says so much about mentorship, individual guidance, and having a real community. It shows that even with thousands of students, the focus is still on designing a unique path for every single person. So, we've seen how SNS Institutions has built this incredible model, a bridge from knowledge to purpose, complete with the blueprint, the tools, and all the support you need. Which leaves us with one final, very personal question. It's not just about them anymore. It's about you. So what bridge are you going to build?